Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, when I say live, what I mean is that I'm recording myself right now in real time, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. In other words, I don't know what's coming next. So to respect your time, if you are looking for a video where somebody's doing a trade recap or talking to you with hindsight in their favor, this won't be a video for you. But if you are open to the idea of an unscripted, nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader and how day trading can play out, I'm confident you'll find value here in this video. So market just opened. Maybe you're seeing this candle move around. I'm watching Tesla right now, but going to let things play out here a little bit, and we'll see what happens. But for now, I'll go ahead and pause the recording software, and I'll be back if a setup starts to take shape. We're going to go ahead and try to hop in here on Tesla at 197, in at 197. Looking to see if this thing wants to come back down, continue on with this pretty big momentum move here. I am short, so for you beginners out there, that means I want to see prices go down and I will make money. If prices go up, I will be losing money. So yeah, kind of a bizarre concept when you first hear it, but that's what we have here. So I will go ahead and pause for now and I will keep you updated. Starting to maybe approach 197 again. Maybe not. I'll go ahead and pause. Well, are we coming back down? Nope. All right, I'm going to pause. Okay, we are approaching 197 now. So there's the break. Now can we get more continuation to the downside is the question. Starting to get some. Okay, took off half there because we are getting movement, but want to play it safe just in case this thing does decide to bounce back up. But I'll throw another down there at 195.75. So clearly looking for this thing to get the break of 196. There we go. But can we get more continuation down through there? Or do we get a big bounce here? Let's see what it wants to do. Took off another 75 there just because looking like a hammer candle could be forming. Yeah, so I think this thing probably wants to bounce. So starting off the day, $110 on the trade. Take that. Very nice. And I will go ahead and pause. Well, maybe another trade potentially. If it wants to come back up here, question becomes, I'm a little irritated with myself. I got greedy. Should have taken some more off at 196, but I was at 195.75 and it did break, but the target was 196, and like I said, I got greedy with 75 of those shares, and that cost me some. So there was some greed in there. I did not stick to the trade plan. The trade plan was take off another 75 at 196, but I don't know if you noticed, but I typed in and had an order out there. So if you had looked over here, you would have seen a white order at 195.75, and it never got hit, and then it bounced. Maybe it comes back down, but like I said, that was not the plan. The plan was take off another 75 when you get that dollar move in your favor, which I did, and I didn't, which just cost me a few dollars on the trade. So that was there was definitely some greed in that one. But all right, I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, I have an order at 197 here. I suppose I don't necessarily need to wait to 197. I liked it better there, but too late now. I'm not going to hop in at this point. The risk profile a bit more than what I would want it. So yeah, I'll stick up, and if Tesla wants to come up to 197, what is that low? 196. Oh, that's not terrible. Okay, never mind. It's changing itself around here a little bit. Again, I'm more so concerned about the risk profile right now. But all right, I'll pause. Okay, I have an order at 197.25. Oh, come on. You got within 1 penny of hitting me. Yeah, the high of that move was at 197.23. 2 pennies. I do like potentially... Well, this thing's really getting jumpy all of a sudden. $197.65 now. I'll try. Potentially the 196.50. All right. And I'm at 197.65 right now. I may be willing to hop in a bit sooner. Like I said, let's see if this thing wants to pop up there and hit that mark, 197.65. I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, coming up. Need to come up just a bit more. I'll go ahead and pause, but I'll keep a close eye on it just in case it all of a sudden jumps up there. Well, I'll keep it going here. Again, I apologize for this because, again, like I said, this is live, so I don't know what's coming next. So I'd rather err on the side of caution of being recording. You know, it could be argued that I'm getting too aggressive here. But let's try at 197.25. Did I just miss it? Yep, maybe I did. All right. So just not choosing to play these quite the right way. Again, in hindsight now, yeah, maybe I should have, snuck in front of some of these levels, but that's hindsight. What's going on with Facebook here? Oh, wow. Quite the pullback here on Meta. Coin. Oh yeah, 64. That's an interesting level. But this thing is sure is jumpy. Look at this, all over the place. So if I were to get in that one, definitely going to need to have wider stops. All right, I'll pause. Okay, watching 64 here on coin for a potential short. We'll see if it wants to come down to that area. Yeah, very choppy. Maybe this is silly. Am I going to get myself stuck in a stop or a chop fest? Potentially, but there is a pretty well-defined area now where I could, put the stop and say you're either going to break down and get choppy in my favor or else you're not, and it's going to be, so be it. Like I said, I want to see if 64 can even come into play. Okay, in there at 64 on the back test. So now let's just see if that actually wants to produce some momentum to the downside. So I'm going to go ahead and pause just because who knows how long this thing might just start to go sideways again. But, it is what it is at this point. So I'll pause for now. Well, things not looking so good here as it is completely just gone right back upwards. Give it a little bit more wiggle room here. We'll see what it wants to do. As I mentioned earlier, choppy one. Obviously, I'm hoping, wanting the choppiness to go in my favor, but as of right now, it just went against me. But we'll see if it wants to chop right back down and then potentially do the move that the pattern suggests it might want to do. But as of now, looking like I might have just been flat out wrong. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. All right, and I got to get out. Okay, so losing trade on that one. I am now down $170 on the day. And yeah, bummer. At that point, was looking good. I even got the break, but decided to just turn right around on me and go the opposite way. And that's just, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Look at it. Well, I'm glad I got out now because that loss would be getting bigger and bigger and bigger at this point. 38. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. Watching 195.50 here, potential short to play this breakdown of the pattern. In at 195.50. So pattern broken. Now just a question of can we get some continuation of it. So we'll see what happens. I will go ahead and pause for now. All right, I have my orders in. I have my stop and my target. And because it's a very basic premise, this 5 minutes either going to sacrifice and let go of this 200 period moving average. And if it can do that, then looking for it to get down to that 194 mark. So that's what it's all about. Is it's either bouncing off this moving average or it's not, and it's going to get further continuation. But got to just let it play out and see if it wants to get down there or not. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and pause again because I got to step away from the computer. But that's the game plan right now. And I'll do my best to keep you updated. But that's how things stand as of now. So we've gotten a little bit moved to the downside. I've adjusted my stop loss now to 196.77. So it could still very well be a losing trade. It just won't be as big of a losing trade because I've adjusted my stop loss somewhat. But just letting this thing work, like I said, this breakdown is either going to happen, and it has happened. Now it's just a question of, is it going to get more continuation? So that is where things currently stand. But I'll go ahead and pause, and I'll keep you updated. All right, what I'm going to do here, and I'll explain why, but I'm going to go ahead and hop out there. And the reason being that, let me bring that over. Check out this move on the overall markets. So at one point, the markets were coming down, absolutely fantastic, helping me out. And now look what happened. They've recovered all the way back up, and now they're sitting right at this area here. So it becomes a question of, did this fight back show that this thing now wants to break out? To be fair, maybe it comes right back down and Tesla's going to, continue on down and I should not have hopped out. Very possible. But again, this is where trading gets hard because I don't have hindsight right now. It'll be easy to sit here in 10 minutes and say what I should have done. But at this exact moment of time, if this thing breaks out and Tesla bounces right back up, then I'm going to be sitting here saying, I probably should have respected the market, respected that move. But if it comes back down, I'm going to be sitting there and saying, I should have just stayed with what I thought was going to happen. But again, that's the difficulty of hindsight, right? Because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm at risk of looking really smart, right? Or I have the benefit of looking really smart right now, but I also have the benefit of potentially looking really stupid right now. But like I said, I don't know which that outcome is going to be. And that's just why trading is hard. Because again, I'll reiterate that. In 10 minutes, 15 minutes, oh yeah, it'll be easy to say what I should have done. But at this moment, so right now, tell me, let's do this in the comment section. What would you be doing? Pause the video right now. Would you have gotten out of your short or would you be staying in? Like I said, that's the question. Would you be getting out or would you be staying in? Let me know in the comment section. Don't cheat. Don't wait to see what happens and then say, oh yeah, I would have done that. So I obviously chose to get out for the reasons. Market started to fail and then came all the way back up here. And then for a second there was threatening to break out. And I did not like that for Tesla's sake because I could easily see that all of a sudden dragging Tesla right back up. And potentially, wiping away what I had. So like I said, I'm going to pause because we won't watch it second by second, but we'll see what happens here. So again, a real life quiz, maybe, yeah, that's what we'll talk, a real life quiz here. What would you, now you should have already answered. So that's the thing. Everybody's already answered. We'll go on the honor system. So we'll see So as of now, I'm feeling good about things. Now, granted, we're watching the market here. Let me move that over. And there's Tesla, but whoops, as I was saying, if this starts to move up, it's going to start to drag Tesla up. Now, does it drag it up far enough? I don't know on that one. But like I said, I did not like the strength that all of a sudden was shown right there. So like I said, I'll go ahead and pause. But as of now, I'm feeling real good. But it doesn't mean that it still doesn't mean I was right, because if this thing rolls right back over, well then I'll still look silly. But as of now, I'm not looking like a total moron. So that's good. But I could still potentially look like a moron. But like I said, we have a real life quiz going on here. So we'll see how everybody turned out, because we now have our answers located down in the comment section. And like I said, I'm operating on the honesty principle that everybody honestly answered. So I'll go ahead and pause for now, but I'll keep you updated. Now, here's what saved my day, and here's what is going to keep you alive, big picture as a trader. Think about coin. Remember coin? Remember me being wrong and me just saying, yeah, I'm wrong, and I got out somewhere right around there, give or take. What happens if I would have said, you know what? No, because I've gotten stopped out before, and then I stop out, and then the price goes in my favor. And I'm so sick and tired of that happening. It's going to happen here. So no, I'm not going to honor my rules. I'm not going to manage risk. I'm just going to hold and wait for it to come back in my favor. Look where I'd be. Look at coins move and continued move as I talk. Look how big that loss would have gotten and would still be getting, because this price keeps grinding higher and higher. And yeah, maybe, an hour from now, it's come all the way back down here, and you can say, see, held and hoped, it worked. Again, yeah, but nobody knows that right now. So are you willing to sit there and let the loss in your account get bigger and bigger and potentially wipe out your entire thing? Because at this moment in time, when you look this way, you don't have any hindsight. You don't know what's coming next. For all you know, this move continues. But by cutting that loss, by not letting this thing spin completely out of control, think about it. I'm back green on the day. Now, am I massively green? No, but hopefully that's not where you're located, because if that's what you're located, then you are definitely focused on the wrong things as a trader. Say, well, yeah, Clay, you're green, but you're like $30 green. Like again, you are missing the entire point. Let me try to frame it this way. Would you rather be green $30 or down? I got out there at where did I get out? At basically, 65. So 65, this thing's another, $3 more. So that adds, potentially, easily, let's just call it, to keep it the math conservative, $750 down. So would I rather be up $30 or down way more than what being up $30 would be? I'm going to go ahead and I'd rather be up $30 rather than some sort of big, red, nasty number. But think about it. What made today possible was this right here, losing, which sounds backwards. When losing actually makes you green, at first that doesn't make any sense at all. But you get the context, right? Losing in the sense of, a controlled loss. I cut the loss. So yes, by losing and cutting that loss, I've allowed myself to be green. So bizarre concept, especially when you're green, or when you're new. But yeah, sometimes in order to be green, you've got to lose. So I don't know how new you are, and if you're brand new, maybe that does not make any sense. But for those of you with, and look at this thing, continues to grind up. So that loss could be getting even bigger. But let's update Tesla here. So Tesla right now, getting closer to a potential stop where it would be a losing trade. Not quite there yet. So to be fair, I can't quite say that I was right to have gotten out there. But I will say that the markets continue to break out. But it's definitely getting close. My stop would be right up around 196.15-ish, give or take. In some senses, I almost wonder, should I be getting short again? But it's already getting dragged out in the day. I kind of want to move on with my day at this point. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pause, and I'll let you know. We'll keep an eye on coin, and then also we'll see how this one turns out. Because again, we do have our real life quiz going on, real time quiz. I can't remember what I called it, but I definitely want to see how this ultimately plays out. But I'll pause. All right, I am basically borderline, potentially getting stopped out there. Stop loss, like I said, would be at about 196.15. So I'd still be in by the skin of my teeth, but I'd be also very, very close to getting stopped out here. 196.15, and I'm out. So I would be out there. So played it right. again, I'm not going to brag at all because as we just saw a few moments ago, in the video, at one point, that could have definitely been the very wrong decision to make, but it turned out to be the right decision there. And so that would have been a losing trade for me. And if you're sitting there saying, so my question to you is, okay, well, for those of you that said you would have stayed short, okay, well then where's your stop loss at? And you'll be honest with yourself. If you're like, oh, I guess I don't know where my stop loss is at, well, then you never had a trade plan in the first place. You're just gambling. So if you said at that point, no, I'm staying in, and now right now you're saying, and you knew for a second, again, does the voice sit there and say, oh, yeah, you'll know. But you're like, oh, yeah, where is my stop loss? Then you're not actually trading. You're just gambling without a plan. So now to be fair, maybe some of you are like, oh, no, I'd be staying in. My stop loss would be right here at this point in time. Okay, then fair enough. But if I just caught you off guard and I said, okay, are you still in? Because where's your stop loss at? And you all of a sudden are questioning yourself, oh yeah, where is my stop loss? That would be a red flag. So play Tesla right. Again, I say that in a very non-bragging way because you didn't quite know, but based on, the SPY and like I walked you through on that, it just seemed like, okay, if this thing does break out like it might want to break out, which it did break out and has continued to, it certainly did drag Tesla right back up. But at one point, the SPY, like I said, that candle right there, this was a big red candle looking fantastic. That's why I'm sitting there saying, let's play ball, keep on coming down Tesla. But as soon as that recovered, nope, didn't like that one bit. And like I said, and then let's keep an eye on coin. And look at that, coin still getting higher and higher. So that loss would still be getting bigger and bigger. But yeah. So I'm actually very excited with how today turned out. Not necessarily from a gains perspective, but from an educational standpoint. Wow. Some fantastic real life education. So yeah, sometimes if you want to make money, you got to lose money. As backwards as that sounds, but that's how trading works. And look at this thing, just continue to grind higher and higher. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move on with the day. I'm done. I've been done. But like I said, I wanted to see how these things play out. And just final update in case for some of you on Tesla are thinking, so there you go. I mean, if your stop loss is at 196.50, you're now knocked out also. So if you're saying, no, Clay, I'd still be in because my stop loss is at 196.50. Okay, fair enough. But now you are also out of the trade as Tesla continues to go higher and higher. And then look at that. Coin continues to go higher and higher. And to think, again, like I said, I feel so good about taking that stop loss right there because, if I would have gotten stubborn, look at the absolute pain factory, the torture chamber I would have put myself in. So I'm very relieved with that. So in all actuality, I've done literally hundreds of these live trade videos over the years. I've been doing this since 2013 as far as the YouTube channel is concerned. So I don't know for sure, but this has got to be, out of the hundreds and hundreds of videos, got to be a top 20 most important one in terms of the lessons illustrated here. Without doubt, top 50, zero doubt in my mind, but I would even be willing to say maybe even a top 10 video in terms of valuable lessons that you need. So, this video, while maybe not the most exciting things in terms of huge gains or anything like that, as far as practical real world education and what matters, got to be top 20, maybe even top 10 of the hundreds and hundreds of live trade videos I now have on YouTube. But I'm going to go ahead and call it good. So, like I said, how'd you do on the trade? Let me know in the comment section. So you should have two comments. The first one should be when I told you to pause the video and leave the comment back then. And now update. How are things going? And as coin continues to go higher, Tesla continues to push up higher and higher too. And I want to wait around because I can see somebody like, well, my stop loss is at 197. But I realize that some people, they're just going to rationalize it because as soon as it hits 197, they're like, no, actually my stop loss is at 197.50. And then, okay, pretty soon their stop loss is going to be all the way up there because they keep breaking the rules and adjusting the stop losses. So like I said, I'll just have to defer to you being honest with yourselves. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you take these lessons to heart because they're important and they've got to be factored in for you as a trader. So yes, cut the losses, let winners win. But at the same time, if you see something that makes you really uncomfortable, then acknowledge it. And while it's not always going to be perfect, if you have good reason to potentially, manipulate a trade plan a little bit, then so be it. But overall, I was willing to let Tesla continue to win for me until the SPY revealed itself and ultimately, what I thought could very well happen did indeed happen. So if you enjoy these videos, if you enjoy the lessons that I try to bake into them, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.